Hello everyone, Alistair Gold here again. So, the exact moment I think I knew I was going to end up having to do another video was not at 10:20 p.m. last night. It was actually towards the end of the video. At 10:20 p.m, as we were settling down, we'd already settled down to watch some absolutely perfectly trashy Sunday night TV. Then my phone suddenly went mad. And there it was. It was such a weird little small brief statement. It was like the total antithesis of the really angry, loud, public press conference that came, 8 days before? It was very, very odd. It was almost like a little footnote at the end of Antonio Conte's time. It's just like, I did a piece today where I described it as being akin to, you remember on Facebook people would do, they'd have married as their status, and just suddenly one day maybe change it to single. And that just kind of reminded me of that. It was almost like, oh yeah, by the way, something big's happened, but yeah, we're not really going to talk about that. You know, especially with Conte, you can imagine at some point that relationship status was, it's complicated. So yes, Antonio Conte has gone. And he has completely gone. No gardening leave, anything like that. He has left. He is no longer a Tottenham Hotspur employee. Daniel Levy's latest fascination with a manager with a glittering CV who clearly was not going to be able to recreate that at Tottenham has ended. This marriage is now divorce. I think the biggest indication for me of where the relationship was at right now is if you look at that little tiny bit of the statement that was Daniel Levy. Not once did he even mention Antonio Conte's name or anything to do with him. I think I've got it here. I've written it down somewhere. So all that Daniel Levy said, there's only 3 sentences. We have 10 Premier League games remaining and we have a fight on our hands for a Champions League place. We all need to pull together. Everyone has to step up to ensure the highest possible finish for our club and amazing loyal supporters. The reason I make that face is it really doesn't sound like anything that Daniel Levy would say. That amazing loyal supporters. I do find it strange sometimes when you see these quotes that are attributed to people that you just know have not come from. But as I said, 3 sentences, not a single word saying thank you, Antonio, or anything. There was a little bit above in the generic part of the statement that they always have to put, but nothing from him. And the reason I say that is because I want to contrast it with, I've got here, I had a little look up. So when Jose Mourinho left, this is what Levy said. Jose and his coaching staff have been with us through some of our most challenging times as a club. Jose is a true professional who showed enormous resilience during the pandemic. On a personal level, I've enjoyed working with him and regret that things have not worked out as we both had envisaged. He will always be welcome here, and we should like to thank him and his coaching staff for their contribution. So bearing in mind, Conte, whatever happened towards the end of their relationship, Conte had, as we said, 3 deaths of close friends. He had emergency surgeries of his own. It'd been a very difficult time for him. I thought that was a bit that, Levy didn't even feel that there was a need to mention Conte in his little bit, or whether I don't know the politics that go on when it comes to crafting these things and who is involved higher up the chain. I just thought that was a bit off. I look back to Nuno. Nuno had been there for 3 months of the season, and they got Fabio Paratici to say in the statement, I know how much Nuno and his coaching staff wanted to succeed, and I regret that we have had to take this decision. Nuno is a true gentleman and will always be welcome here. We should like to thank him and his coaching staff and wish them well for the future. So that's Nuno, who was there for a couple of months. Antonio Conte, who, let's be honest, last season dragged Spurs back up into 4th place And this season, yeah, it hasn't gone well, but they're still in fourth. And this is a guy who did show a lot of... Look, I know things went wrong, but he did show a lot of application and hard work towards the club. That didn't sit right with me. I thought that was a bit naughty. Spurs do these things. They can be a little bit, how do I put it? Not snarky. What's the word? I don't know. But just, it's not a good look. I didn't like it at all. I've been keeping an eye on it, and apologies if it has happened since I've been doing this, or it happened since this gets published. It normally takes like an hour or two to get online. But, I noticed it on social media. Again, I must stress, I know that people run their accounts for them some of the times, but I've had not a single player has said anything. Excuse me, I'm not crying, I'm just got something in my throat. Not a single not a single player, Tottenham player, old, young, whatever, not that there have been many young ones, but has had a single thing to say on social media. Not thank you for whatever, thank you for your time, thank you for coaching us, goodbye, farewell, anything. That may happen. It may be that some are on international breaks and there's other things happening right now. But, we're not quite the 24-hour mark. By the time this comes out, we'll be edging closer towards it. And I just thought that was really sad. Look, I know that he absolutely came out and gave them a public hiding in the last press conference, called them selfish, 11 players that are playing for each other. I know that. But to disregard everything of the past 16 months, again, that didn't quite sit right with me. That's quite handy. So Antonio Conte has put on Instagram. That was good timing. Football is passion. I would like to deeply thank everyone at Spurs who appreciated and shared my passion and my intense way of living football as a coach. A special thought to the fans who always showed me support and appreciation. It's been unforgettable to hear them singing my name. Our journey together has ended. I wish you all the best for the future, Antonio. That's a good statement. Good little statement, that really. It is. Thus, I have liked it on Instagram. live footage of Alistair liking an Instagram post. If that isn't what you've tuned in to see, I don't know what is. I'm just having a quick look to see whether as any of the Spurs players have liked it. But to be fair, it's only gone up in the last 10 minutes, I think. So I don't know whether it would be able to show me if I clicked on this. Oh, it might. Not as of yet. Again, very early. This could be by the time we get into the evening. You never know. That may encourage a few players to come forward and put their own posts up that might make them feel a little bit bad. I don't know.